Hey, welcome to Davita's Stampin' Spot. I'm guessing you've probably already discovered I'm having technical issues again. I hope to work on it this week. Needless to say, I tried to go live both on YouTube and Facebook, and neither one would allow it tonight. We knew there were changes coming, but it seems like maybe they're starting to change them already, which is really frustrating, but I will get it figured out. At least I can still make a recording and post those. Let's hope that works tonight. So I want to share with you a project that I made. I got to go to Houston last week to spend time with just about 2,000 other demonstrators and Stampin' Up! Employees as we got to see the brand new annual catalog for 24-25. We got to do some make and takes. We got to see some product, amazing demonstrations. And one of my favorite things, connect with other demonstrators. It was great. I did not get near enough sleep. And as I've told friends more than once today, the brain is foggy. So I'm hoping I'm going to be able to do this recording without too many errors. Please be gracious as I share tonight. I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera around so we can get started. This project is one, every time I go to meetings with my team, I love to make pillow gifts for them. And basically a pillow's just a little gift to let them know that how much I appreciate them. So I'm going to show you tonight what I made. One of the three gifts, we were there 3 nights, so I made 3 things for them. This piece is 3.5 by 1.5, 1.5 by 5 3/4, and this piece is 4 by 8, and we're going to score it at 1/2 and 2 3/4 going across this way, and then we're going to score it at 3/4 and 6 3/4 going this way. Now, while I have my paper trimmer up, you're going to see my light, and I apologize for that. Another one of those things I need to work on. All right, try to get this up so you can see. There we go. All right, so I'm going to score it at 1/2 inch, making sure I have my cutting blade out of the way. And then I'm going to go over to 2 1/4, score that. And then I'm going to turn it and score at 3/4 of an inch. I'm sorry, yeah, 3/4. And then I'm going to slide it up to 6 3/4. But I want this first section here to not have the score mark. So I'm going to go and start at this edge and go to 1 3/4. There we go. And that's the scoring on this. Saw this idea online and I just thought it was a really fun idea. And it was pretty quick actually to duplicate. So I've marked with a pencil the pieces I'm going to cut off. So I'm going to cut off 1, 2, leave the third one, and this is the one that doesn't have the score mark on it. And then at the bottom, I'm going to cut off 1 and 3 and leave 2. So we flew down to Houston. We left here about 12:30 on Wednesday. And one of the benefits for me is my brother lives in Houston. So I got to spend some time with my brother on Wednesday evening. We had hoped to get together on Saturday, but he's an optometrist and one of his patients had scratched their eyeball and needed to come in after they landed at Houston International. We flew in and out of Hobby. All right, so there's my base like this. Now, one of the items, I don't like to use retired product, but sometimes you have to. And right now we don't have a corner rounder. So I pulled out an old corner rounder, and the part that's 3/4 inch, we're going to round that end. And then this end. If you've been following my pictures that I posted from the meeting, you know that I got to visit with Shelley Gardner. She started Stampin' Up! 36 years ago. All right, this punch I believe is still current. I do not think it's carrying over to the new catalog. So if you like this punch, make sure you get it before the end of April. I'm going to punch the top there and the top there. And then I'm going to grab the 3-inch piece. I want to punch the top. I'm going to do both sides of that. Oh, that didn't sound good. Oh, still worked okay. All right. I love it when these punches have more than just one image because then you get more good. It's got that fun image there. Let me grab a piece of cardstock here. Show you the other pieces. Oh, my hands. Okay, so we did this one. This one does an angle. So if you want to do like a tag, you could do that, make your own design. And then this one, you could put it in. I do this one. I like to try to line it up. Like this. I hadn't planned on doing this, so I didn't practice. Not that I get to practice very often, but it makes a slot. You can see I'm off just a little bit on that. But it's a great tool. It's got the 3 different sides on it. All right. So I've got this piece. We are going to glue, I am going to glue the piece right here. Now, the gal that I watched do this, she chose to put the designer series paper all the way down on this piece. But you know me, I'm frugal. I didn't want to do that because I thought it was wasted paper. I could get 2 of them. She had it go all the way down to 6, but by cutting it, I could get 2 tops. I had so much fun making these. I had 10, I'm sorry, I had 5 team members that went to Houston with me, 6 counting me. But these were so fun to make that I ended up making them for a bunch of our friends that went with us. I think I ended up making almost 20 of these. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. And they were laughing at me. How'd you get it done? I said, well, did it while I was at school. Okay. Now we need to help our project fold together nicely. So I'm going to angle here. I'm going to do a pretty good size angle on this side, and I'll explain why in just a minute. And I realized I forgot to grab that pouch. Okay, so this section here is 1 3/4. So this is the old 1 3/4 punch, but we still have the 1 3/4 in the current catalog. So you could buy it and you'd get a much better punch. I will say though, this has lasted me a very long time. I want to round that so that there's a nice little spot for, oh shoot. I'm supposed to put my paper on there first. Well, we'll see if we can fix that. All right. So I'm taking the piece that's 1.5 by 5 3/4. And we're going to glue that on there. Works a lot better if you glue this piece on first. I should have done this demo after I made all those different ones, but I ran out of time. And then tonight when I was getting ready, I could not find, I did the bee theme, so I wanted everything to be bee stuff, and couldn't find the bee paper. I took it to Kit and Cup last Tuesday night before I left, so I could finish up little tags that I wanted to make with it. There we go, that's still gonna work. All right, now I will tell you at first I tried to line the paper up, but I realized where some of it goes down here, you can't tell anyway. So the reason I cut this one at a sharper angle is because you want to make sure you can't see it when we fold this over. Now, I'm curious to see what ideas you guys will share with me on other things that we could put in this, because I came up with honey sticks because I was doing the bee theme. And I thought an emery board would work well. And I think a bone folder would fit in there nicely. So what else can you guys think of? Post in the comments ideas for what you think would be a good item to put in there. Now we are going to be attaching, oh, the shadows are bad, guys. At least I'm remembering to look up tonight. That's a start, right? And I'm using the same lights I've used for quite a while. And maybe I'm going to have to spend some time in here. I always think, oh, I'll get to it before next week. And then next week shows up again and I still didn't work on it. Now, I made a mistake when I put all these together because I did not put the item in my pocket before I folded this piece across, and that was a major boo-boo because I found that the ladies, the little pockets kept popping open, which was very irritating to me. So I learned my lesson, and I'm going to round this and push it so that it bubbles up just a slight bit, okay? So that this will go in there, and hopefully this will stay. I'm sure you noticed that I was using tear tape on that. All right, and then we're going to use the tear tape on the bottom. And see how this piece is nice and it doesn't have that score mark? That's because I quit right at that edge. I did not do that on a bunch of the honeybee ones. And so I was glad I put the designer series paper on there to kind of toughen it up or make it a little more sturdy. But I remembered tonight for yours. So you're getting a better looking project. Hopefully they didn't notice. Hopefully they were concentrating on the front. So I'm going to seal my flap here. Rounded the corner so it looks professional. Now here's the front, and then my little bone folder could go in there as a fun gift. So let's decorate the front. I went ahead and stamped from the Translucent Florals. I stamped this flower and these two leaves, and then I die cut them with the dies that match. And then I did You're the Best, and I used, oops, tags are falling, the tailor-made tags set. All these have slid out. Here we go. These go. This is a great thing. If you like to do your own packaging and you like to add tags, those are some great tags there that would work. I'm losing a lot of things recently, so we're going to slide those back in. And then here's the dies for the translucent. There's a lot of them. There are 18 dies in the set, and these are the 3 that I used tonight. I stamped in Berry Burst and Parakeet Party. And mentioning Parakeet Party, that color is going away. We only have a few more weeks with that in color family. They will go away, and remember, everything's while supplies last. I will be emailing out the last chance list. I was hoping to get it done tonight. It may be tomorrow, we'll see. But either tonight or tomorrow, so you'll have that. You can look at the list. If it's an item that is not going to be discounted, I would encourage you, you might want to go ahead and order it because everything's while supplies last, and you don't want to miss out on some of those items. There are several items that are going to be discounted. Those discounts will start April 9th. So April 9th, you definitely want to have your order ready to go and take advantage of those products. I have not looked through the whole thing, but it did look like there were several dies that were at half price. All right, I'll put my flower like that. And then I thought my tag needed just a little something. So I grabbed some of this little lemon lolly twine. It comes in a package with some Azure Afternoon, and I believe it's Calypso Corals, the other one. Gonna come from the back. I've been playing with this too much. I'm gonna have to cut it off a little bit. Kent and I tried to sharpen scissors with a sharpener. That was a mistake. That did not go well. Uh, so I have a package. I think it arrived while I was gone. Has a new pair of scissors. Can't wait to get that out. All right. So my Meandering Meadows class is this week. So for those of you that got registered, don't forget that. Be Wednesday at 4 and Friday at 7. Got some gals that are coming. I'm going to have a good time. I love that paper. It's going to be fun using it. All right. So I ran the ribbon through and hooked it. Now I'm going to tie a bow. At least I hope I am. There we go. And then I'm going to take my bow with my tag, and I think I'll bump it up and we'll use some dimensionals. I just think this is a great project, very versatile, does not use a lot of paper. With the base piece being 4x8, you can get 2 out of a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. And then the designer series paper doesn't take much, because you basically have 8 3/4 by 1.5, so you can get a lot out of a sheet. So there you go. I tried to go find an Emory board and I couldn't find one. All my bone folders look pretty bad, but isn't that a great gift? Look how nice that looks. Don't look at my bone folder, look at everything else. So here's the packaging that I did. So I went to Dollar Tree and they had a whole bunch of little bags for $1. And see how they didn't shut? So when I did this, I didn't round it a little bit. I laid it flat and pushed it down, and that was a huge mistake. So if you do something like this, make sure when you go to put that front piece down, you curve it just a little bit so that yours doesn't come apart like mine. So I did the You're as Sweet as Honey, and I put the honey sticks in. I also made some little treat bags with our pillow boxes that this isn't the one I did, but it's similar. I made these as a gift for my for a kitten cup. But instead of coloring the box, I just put paper right here and then used the ribbon, the bee, and this quote. And then I used just solid red. I used this ribbon instead. And then the other item I will probably show you, I made a little purse that holds a chapstick holder, a chapstick, and a purse holder that holds chapstick. There we go. Woo! All right. So here's my little gifts for you tonight. I apologize again that it's a recording. I miss getting comments back and forth from you guys as I'm crafting, and I just realized I didn't put my sparkles on. Right before I went live, I colored some rhinestones and used the Parakeet Party blend to decorate it. Here we go. So add just a little bit of sparkle there. See those? All right. Well, guys, I made it this far without too many blunders. I am going to go sit in my recliner and probably head to bed before long. Thank you so much for watching the recording. I will be putting in orders a couple more times this month. Look over that last chance list if there's anything you want, and it's not going to be discounted in April. You might want to think about ordering it now so you don't miss out on them. Have a fabulous week. You may see a practice live sometime this week while I try to figure out my technology issues, and I plan to be on next Monday again. Have a great week, and as always, reach out if I can help in any way. Have a great day.